make sure you get some procedures around what's going to go on those walls. You need to use blue painter's tape. I said, okay, I'll let them know. So for all of the Knapp teachers that are here, that blue painter's tape, that recommendation comes straight from Gail Titus, who was the principal here at Knapp Elementary. Thank you for your guidance. I appreciate it. I am so pumped for you all to see the inside of this building. I want to give a special shout out to the Facility Advisory Committee team. Those are a group of teachers, RUSD staff members, and community members that came to our meetings. First they were once a month, and then they were twice a month, and then they were whenever we needed to talk about what this building looks like. I thank you. If you're on the FAC, just wave your hand so we know who you are. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks to my daughter in her very tough senior year, she put up with her mom staying here in Racine up until 9 o'clock at night sometimes, going to board meetings with me or without me, just waiting at Knapp until I got done with my work. I thank my little baby Jalen. She's been a doll through this project. And because I'm also the MC, I think it's time for the speaker. Their time is up. I'm showing them the card. Let's get this program started. We will start our program with remarks from our Board of Education Vice President, Mr. Dennis Weiser. Let's give it up to Dennis.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the administration for making this possible. A lot of work went into this, and I'd also like to thank my fellow board members. If you want to raise your hand and wave. We don't do school board work for the money because there isn't much. We don't do it for the fame and glory because there isn't much. We do it because we enjoy days like this where you can see the district making positive steps forward. And I'll tell you, we first as a board met Tangela King when this building was being developed. And my first thought after meeting her was that she's going to be as good as the resources we provide for her, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this building. The previous building for Knapp School was built in 1911, and take a second and ask yourself, what were you doing back in 1911? The odds are not much. I wasn't around, you weren't around. If I go back one more generation, what was my father doing in 1911? He wasn't around either. But my grandfather was, and I can tell you what he was doing in 1911. My grandfather was with the U.S. Navy Air Corps, and his job was a carpenter. And he was a carpenter with the Navy Air Corps because their airplanes were built out of wood and cloth, and it was his job maintaining and fixing wooden airplanes. Today, the Navy doesn't have a lot of carpenters working on the airplanes, probably none. My point in mentioning this story, though, is that an awful lot of things have changed since the original Knapp building was built. When the original building was built, the light bulb was 35 years old. It had been invented a couple decades earlier. Movies had been around for less than 20 years. The air conditioner had just been invented, and digital computers and TV, forget it. They're still 30 or 40 years down the road from when the previous building was built. The old Knapp building was designed to support the 19th century instruction models. The building we are opening today is designed to support 21st century instruction, and we are looking forward to seeing what happens. We're not saying this alone will solve all the challenges that come with education nowadays, but it will clearly be a better environment for students, families, and the staff. There will be a much wider range of tools available. The staff will be able to do the things they want to do in a more comfortable fashion, and everybody's going to come out ahead. And to echo the words of Tangela King, every time you walk into this building, every time you drive past it, say thank you to the community as a whole, because the taxpayers voted that they wanted their taxes to go up so we could put a facility such as this on this location. Sometimes you get the feeling in modern day that not enough people care. People care about Knapp, they care about this neighborhood, they care about the kids, and they put their money where their mouth is. Thank you for your time, and thank you for joining us.
Next on the program is my fearless leader, our superintendent, Dr. Lolly Hawes. Everyone, thanks for coming out today. We are so
happy to see you here. We don't want to keep you standing in the sun too long. We want you to go inside and see this school. So I will just say that we have 3 new schools opening this fall, as you know. Knapp is the first, and Knapp is frankly one of the most beautiful schools of the 3 that we built. They're all beautiful, but how this sits on the lot and in the property and what this beautiful school will do for this community is something that's really, really exciting. This is a community school. It is intended, it is designed to be a place for the community of Knapp, the people who live in this community, to have a place for community activities, events, to have access to resources and things that they need so that you don't have to drive all the way to wherever to get that support. And we are all set up to do that. We have great partnership with the United Way to provide some resources to our families and our children. And we have big ideas and great plans for the future for what this can become for this community. I do want to also point out, when you go through, take a look at all the furniture. It looks nothing like the furniture that you had when you went to school. It is meant to have children working in groups, alone, in small groups, big groups, different areas of the room. And that's what learning is like today. And you will see that when you go through. The staff and the students and the parents and the community just pick the colors, pick the design, pick the style. So appreciate them for that. I also have to thank you as a community for supporting our referendum that made this possible. And we do want to thank all the same people, Ms. King, the parents, community members, the Board of Education, the present board, and the previous board who had the courage to stand up and say, you know, let's try. Let's ask the community for a referendum. We have here today Rodney Prunty from United Way, who has partnered with us on the community school part, and we have Police Chief Art Hall here to speak with us as well. Riley Construction has been a great partner. They've delivered a beautiful school on time, under budget, and they've hired local people to build this school. We have put millions of dollars of jobs in this community in building this school. Thank Riley for that. With that, I'll pass it off to Tangela. I hope you do take time to go see the school. It is air conditioned, so it's coming.
Yay!
It is worth the wait. I'm so sorry. It's worth the wait, but I won't make you wait long. I'd like to bring up the president of United Way, Racine, Mr. Rodney Prunty.
Thank you, Angela. On behalf of United Way and the community, I would like to thank Dr. Hall, Dr. Gallion, the Racine Unified Board of Education, Principal King and her team, Bill Tika, I see you right here, Bill, and the faculty for your support in this effort. I also want to publicly acknowledge our corporate supporters that specifically allocated funds to help support programming at the Knapp Community School. And those supporters are the Rude Foundation, Community State Bank, and Tri-City National Bank. Let's give them a round of applause for A special thank you also goes out to the Racine Junior League for its support in both funding and creating the Born Learning Trail for young children and caregivers that you saw along this path. They did a wonderful job a couple of weeks ago putting it together, so they deserve a round of applause as well. I also want to thank the United Way Racine County staff who work so hard to improve so many lives in our community. So United Way Racine County, raise your hands and be acknowledged for all the hard work you do. I appreciate it. United Way's focus is to build an educated workforce because we believe that this is the path to sustained economic prosperity in our community. And we plan to build that educated workforce by employing education, income, and health strategies. And in education, we believe in building the workforce of the future, making sure that our kids have the knowledge, skills, and motivation to succeed in college, vocational training, or career. In income, we believe in building the workforce of today, making sure that more Racine County residents will attain financial stability. And finally, in health, we believe in providing resources to reduce unhealthy behaviors by 20% and improving both the academic outcomes of our students as well as the productivity of the workforce of today. Now, our community school strategy in partnership with Racine Unified School District will address these focus areas by using a place-based approach in which the school is the hub for coordinated and integrated services that remove barriers learning, improve student grades and attendance, increase parental engagement in their child's education, improve family financial stability, and enhance the overall neighborhood. In other communities across the United States, United Way community school initiatives have established a name and a brand that can be identified across a service area, whether it is in a school, community center, church, or other location. So for example, United Way of Salt Lake has promise zones to identify its community schoolwork. So in that spirit, we have branded our work and our place-based approach with community schools as LIFT. Rod, go ahead and show them. That's the logo for LIFT. LIFT is the acronym for Link and Inspire for Tomorrow. Link and Inspire for Tomorrow, LIFT. And I want to give credit to Marisol Buford, our marketing director, for putting that logo together. Marisol, raise your hand. We went through a lot of iterations of it. She's very patient, but she's done a great job. I just want to say that these elements are clearly embedded in our approach, and we are so very proud to partner with Racine Unified in this new and exciting effort. And as we show success with our efforts at Knapp, we intend to increase the number of locations using this place-based approach and establish LIFT neighborhoods all across our community. One key element of success in any community schools effort is certainly that of the community schools manager, who coordinates, connects, and evaluates and assumes all responsibilities for community-based programming, someone that I would just simply call the cat herder. And her name is Jamie Racine. And Jamie, we don't have enough time for you to say a few words, but where are you, Jamie? Raise your hand, please. Yes. Jamie, we are so excited to have her on board. She's doing a great job. She hit the ground running. And I think in the sake of time and everybody standing out here in the heat, I'm going to move on. And I just want to say thank you all for your support. And we look forward to having great outcomes in this neighborhood and in this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prunty. Next up, we have Racine Chief of Police joining us today. Please give it up for Chief Art Howell.
Thank you, Tangela. I'm going to keep my comments brief because it's really hot here, and the only thing standing between you and the AC is me. So I'll make it extremely brief, but a couple of thank yous. First of all, hats off, obviously, to Dr. Haas, Dr. Gallion, and your entire team. We all know that this doesn't happen, just because you wanted it to happen. A lot of people had to chip in. For every parent out here who supported the referendum, just thank you for your support, because we couldn't happen without the referendum. Really excited today for the young people. I'm looking, I have the best view back there. Obviously we have some important people here, but the most important people are out here. Look at these young faces. Look at these young faces. They're going to benefit from the new So for those people who may not understand the correlation between public safety and education, I would venture to tell you that the safest communities in America are the communities that are the most educated. And so what this community decided a couple years ago when they did the referendum, they decided that we were going to be one of the safest communities. So I'd love to take the credit for all that. But really, the community has already decided that we want something different. And so when you look at the national narrative, that's not our future, because we've opted for a different path. In 1995, we built the first of several brand new community policing homes, where we don't just do law enforcement work, we do community development, we do community revitalization, we do a lot of different things. We have homework assistants in those facilities, and we were really proud of our efforts. But when I look at this facility, this is the ultimate COP place right here. And so just thank you for everybody that had anything to do with it. And this is a wonderful day in the life of our children, so we should celebrate together.